Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Connor Knowles, and this is the Nerdic Gods podcast, episode 64.
64.
See, I can never keep track.
That's why I'm here.
Every time I listen back to these episodes, I'm like, why the fuck do I and like I legitimately forget the number we're on every time. Every time.
I have to tell you every week. It's okay.
Anyways, today I'm joined by the one, the only, Daniel Navaroli.
Navaroli, yeah, you got it right.
See, I got it. I know.
Hello.
I know. I've only known you like, a little over a year now.
Yeah, almost a year and a half probably at this point.
Still can't pronounce your last name.
Yeah, that's fine. Not very many people can.
Anyways, today, ladies and gentlemen, my camera is not going out of focus. Which is not good.
You took a drink and it immediately went out of focus.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
We're gonna move it back.
You solved it last. Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Don't do
We're
anything.
Good. We're good.
You're good.
We're good. It's fine. Anyway, today, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, Sims is not here. He's normally our producer and editor of this show. So we are doing our own little bougie version of this.
Yeah. We're fancy up
hopefully
here.
it goes well. I'm sure something's gonna get fucked up. I'm sure the audio sounds horrible right now.
No, we're fine.
But it is what it is. We're making it work. We at Nerdic Gods are dedicated to giving you an episode each and every week.
No matter what.
No matter what.
If it's just me talking to nothing at this wall,
Yeah.
I'll do it.
I'm sure we'll get one someday. Someday I'm gonna do a full episode where I explain all the Kingdom Hearts lore. It's gonna be great.
God.
Yeah, imagine. The
I'll be there,
views.
but I'll be dead. I'll be a skeleton.
Yeah, Daniel will be there.
Nazi?
He's just dead.
There's that Nazi in Raiders. That's me.
Oh, and Indiana Jones.
You're gonna tell me
and
all
they
this
melt.
knowledge, and it's gonna be too much, and I'm gonna melt.
The power of Kingdom Hearts, man. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Anyways, Daniel, how you been? We can fuck around a little bit here.
Yeah, Sims isn't here to. Well, I'm the one that kind of reels us in, but Sims is just not here, so we can do whatever we want.
We were discussing this before the show. Who's the adult of the group? And like it damn sure isn't me. we know that.
I'm the adult behind the scenes, but on the show, I'm here to play. You know what I mean?
I feel like you and Sims kind of take the adult roles. You two kind of trade it off. One of you's the mom, one of you's the dad. You guys can kind of figure that out, and I'm just the weird adopted child no one wanted.
Still don't want.
Nah, yeah,
there is not too much news this week.
Nah, wasn't really a busy week in games. We are on the cusp of all these games about to come out.
Yeah,
I'm very excited. Got Pokemon Snap.
Yeah, we got a few
today.
things at the end of this week, really. Kind of a few little stories here.
Yeah. By the way, I want to show off my Horizon poster, which you can't really see because of the glare.
It's a little glary, but I could tell. I could see the big, tall neck in the back.
Those Amazon posters, they really get you with the sizes too. I thought this thing would be fucking huge.
Yeah, you have to look at it. Was it 36 by 24? Is that what that is?
I can't remember exactly. I got the biggest one possible, and that was
okay.
Yeah,
got to get the same size and put a different one right next to it.
See, I was thinking, what if I get the God of War one? Because these are like the special covers they do. You know what I'm talking about? These like, limited edition covers. Yeah. So maybe I'll get the God of War one, put that there. But I'd also like something else. Like,
where's other representation? Where's that Nintendo representation?
Yeah, maybe I'll get like a Mario one or some Master Chef on there. That'd be cool.
Master Chef, yeah.
Chef. What was that brute's name?
Craig.
Craig. Just a picture of Craig.
Just a picture of Craig.
I
would love it. Just Craig on your wall.
You think when Halo Infinite comes out, they're gonna acknowledge Craig? Make him a full-on character.
He is going to be an achievement. I'm going to call it right now. You're going to kill that one brute, and it's going to pop and say something like the meme will be a part of the achievement.
It'll be there. I would love if all of the brutes' face models like look great now when the game actually comes out, but they just keep
Craig.
Yeah, they just keep Craig.
That'd be great, and then that's how you kill him and get the achievement. I love it so
like
much.
Bungie used to do cool shit like that in Halo all the time. Do you remember the guy that was a developer and he was like in his underpants in a corner on one of the Halo levels? You gotta like grenade jump to get to this spot, and then there's just like a model of a guy in his underpants just jumping around.
I'm a big Rooster Teeth fan. If you remember in Halo 3, there was the door where the people were talking out of.
Oh yeah, and they were talking back and forth.
Yeah, all of those were Rooster Teeth, like red versus blue guys, and it was I think 3 different ones for normal, heroic, and legendary.
Oh, they had 3 different dialogue ones.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
Yeah, so one was Gus, one was Jeff, and the other one was Joel, I think. I'm not sure what order. And yeah, it was just all red versus blue. So like they had ties to just a bunch of crazy Easter eggs. And
Halo always had weird shit to find like that.
Halo's cool.
There's the one in the first level of Halo 3. There's like the cavemen that were like cemented in the wall. and like it's like super disturbing looking. Bungie, man, they love putting in that shit.
They do. They love their little Easter eggs.
Anyways, we will now get into some gaming news.
Yeah.
Let's start here. We will do a review roundup for Pokemon Snap and Returnal, since both those reviews just dropped today.
Yeah.
Or the Returnal one did today. The Pokemon Snap ones dropped on Wednesday, a little bit earlier. No warning from Nintendo when they drop their reviews, you know? Every other company, it's like, oh, well, here's our review embargo, here's when it lists. Nintendo, it's just like, you'll get it whenever.
Yeah. You'll get it. You'll get it when we want you to get it.
Anyways, yeah, Pokemon Snap reviewing fairly well. It is at let me open up the Metacritic here. It's at an 80 on Metacritic right now. 43 reviews, which is decent. Honestly, that's probably higher than I thought it would, right?
I was thinking like 75, not in a bad way, but just pretty like 7 out of 10. That's kind of what I was
just
thinking.
The type of game it is. It's like this, you know, you're never going to get 9s and 10s with this type of thing, I don't think.
But 8's great.
8's like amazing, honestly. It's you know, better than I thought, like I said. I'm gonna point out some of the main ones here. So Game Informer gave it an 8.5. Pretty good. IGN gave it an 8. GameSpot 8. So, you know, GameSpot pretty difficult usually too. So
yeah, they're usually pretty low on the low end.
Yeah, definitely.
It's really good. It's really good.
Have these convinced you to buy this at all?
Ooh, see, I'm the one out of all of us that's like, I love Pokemon, but like it's not really my thing.
Yeah, it's interesting you're not into this because you're probably the biggest Pokemon fan out of all of us.
Out of the three of us, yeah. I might, maybe by the end of the year, maybe in the summer when I actually start playing my Switch a little more. Maybe like
this be a good on sale game if you're not like super into it.
Yeah, it's also 60's a lot, I think, for that game.
Yeah, I think Tim Geddes even pointed that out when he was reviewing it, that $60 is way too much for this.
Yeah, like Nintendo's not gonna have a range of prices for their games. Everything's gonna be in a premium. That's just how it is.
Yeah, it's interesting because I read there's like a day-night cycle as well, so I wonder how much the levels change.
Probably like certain Pokemon are gonna come out.
Yeah, I wonder if it's like full-on different at night or if it's just like kind of different at night. You know,
I doubt they would, because then that would basically double the levels.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like, is it like you get 2 levels at the same place? You know.
Yeah, see, I don't know a ton about how these games work. I've seen footage of the first game and how it's.
So you've never even played the first game?
No, my best friend has his N64, and I think a couple of years ago he like we were talking and he just put it up, and I watched him play a little bit of it. But
this is a game. It's so short that I've beaten it multiple times, but I never even owned an N64. There's just my mom had a friend when I was younger that lived like right across the street, and I used to always go over there, and she had an N64, and I beat this game like multiple times over there just because it's that short. Yeah, it's like you can get through it in like 90 minutes probably.
Oh, it's even shorter than I thought. I thought it was like a couple hours.
No, you get through it very quickly.
Okay.
But the whole thing is the replay value with it. You know, you just notice different things, discover different random things. You know, you throw a fucking Pokeball in a volcano and fucking Charizard flies out or something. That's
my favorite Pokemon.
Is it?
Yeah,
Charizard. I feel like Charizard's everyone's favorite.
Charizard, Pokemon. Gengar. Like Gengar's up there.
Gengar. I like the guy with the spoons.
You talking about Hypno? Or Alakazam.
Alakazam, that's it. Yeah.
Hypno has his little. Spoons. I don't know why I said Hypno. Hypno has this little like his watch.
Remember that talking Slowpoke in the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird.
The movies are weird. I love them, but especially that original like 2000 movie. What a weird movie.
Yeah.
Like Ash dies, and then they all like Pikachu cries and like brings him back to life. That happens in that movie.
That's canon.
That's canon. That's crazy. What's canon to the anime? But that's crazy.
Is the anime not canon to the games?
Not really. I mean, Ash really isn't in the games.
Oh, really?
And the anime kind of has its own canon
in the games.
I don't think so.
No, never. All the characters just kind of look like Ash.
I'd beat him. What a bad trainer. He sucks. He just now won. Like
it did take him like 20 years.
Yeah, like he sucks as a trainer.
He's still only like 15.
Yeah, he's just lucky he has like good Pokemon. He sucks.
Yeah, always getting new friends too. Like stick to a fucking group, Ash.
Yeah.
Jesus, man.
Are you you playing this tomorrow?
I'm divided between this and Returnal. I don't like playing 2 games at once, so it's very difficult for me to.
This is probably the easier to beat.
It would be, and the quicker to beat. So I'm
yeah.
kind of leaning towards let's get through this, but I really do want to try Returnal. So
maybe start this, but pop into like a run with Returnal.
I'm gonna try Returnal at some point. It's just like, will I get super into Returnal then, and then just like fuck Pokemon Snap, or vice versa? You know, it's hard. I hate when games come out on the same day.
Preloaded, so
nice. Me too. Yeah, it's I hate when games come out on the same day that I'm looking forward to. I
at least this is only 2, and they're very different.
At least give me a week. Like if Pokemon Snap just came out last Friday, I could have beat it and then just had Returnal this weekend, But no, they gotta come out on the same day.
Yeah. I don't like when the big releases come out either, but hey, it's a lot of marketing, right?
At least we're getting them though, right?
Yeah, games are coming now.
And then speaking of Returnal, we were also do a little review roundup for that.
Sure. What is that Metacritic at?
Let me see what it is currently at. It is at an 86 with 82 reviews. So a lot of reviews. That's probably all to get, really. I mean, I think most
that sounds
of these
like a
reviews,
lot.
end up capping out at like 120. So, but that's like over time. So yeah.
That's really good.
So it's probably gonna sit at an 86. Yeah, it's very good. Good for Housemarque, man. Like very happy for them. Even if I don't end up liking this game, like it's very good for them.
Yeah. The only question is sales now. But
I still don't see. How do you think it'll sell?
Let's finish the reviews and then we'll talk about that.
Okay, sure. So yeah, we got Game Informer gave it a 9.5, very high.
I think that's probably the highest, but that's Game Informer, GameTech really liked that game.
Yeah, GameSpot a 9, and like we just said, GameSpot usually pretty difficult scoring, so that's very good.
These two are probably big Housemarque fans, anyways. I would assume.
Yeah, you'd imagine whoever's reviewing it probably is. But again, does that really play into this game? Because this isn't really like any other Housemarque games.
True.
It is gameplay-wise a little bit, yeah, with that type of stuff. But this is a full-on AAA game now, so. And then Easy Allies 8.5, so little range there. I saw some people give it like a 70 too, so it's not like everyone's extremely in love with this.
Yeah, Brad from Easy Allies. I listened to their review. He's usually pretty on point with what the score is. Like he's pretty good critically, and like he's not gonna just harshly review. And he got 85, so I think that's probably right around where it should be.
Where it is. Okay. Yeah. Cool. So yeah, sales wise, where do you think this is gonna end up?
That's the question. It being a $70 game, like for me, we talked about this for the past couple weeks. Like $70 to me is different than it is to you, than it is to anybody watching this. Like that's a lot of money. That is a lot of money.
I was shocked when we first heard that this was a full-on $70 game. It was like, oh, really? I thought this would be like a $40 or $50 game.
This would have been because they're doing like the 50, 60, and 70 range for PlayStation games. So this would have been a perfect $50 game. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, we have yet to get any of those really.
Do you know
Miles Morales? But
yeah, Miles was the first. Do we know how much they normally cost?
For what?
Housemarque stuff.
Oh, for their type of games? I bought Matterfall. I think that was only 20. I'd assume most of them were 20. I mean, the last 20, one I remember, I haven't played too many. I did play Matterfall, and that was 20. Resogun was just a free PS Plus game, so I don't remember that one. I'd imagine.
So you just got that at launch?
I'd imagine all of these were 20 because they really haven't made a game to this scale.
So they're bumping them up. They're trying to push this game and push Housemarque, I guess.
Well, Housemarque was having a lot of money issues before. I think they were probably pretty close to being closed down. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they needed to make something big.
Because if you remember, Housemarque was making that battle royale game that ended up getting canceled because terrible fucking idea to just make a battle royale game unless it's gonna be top tier. But
right.
I think a lot of those assets went into this game.
I think you mentioned that when we talked about this game when it first got revealed.
Yeah, last year. One of the trailers I did. Yeah, even I remember seeing snippets of gameplay of the battle royale one. Maybe I'm making this up, but I swear there was like leaked.
Could have been leaked footage.
And it kind of looked like that same frenetic, fast-paced gameplay that Returnal has. So
yeah,
I don't know. I hope I enjoy it. I'm not too big on the roguelike games, so we'll see.
It's a genre I love.
Liking this more than me, so.
Yeah, it's a genre I love, so I'm very curious. I want to know how that game plays. The game needs to play tight. If it's like rogue light. Like Hades is a tight feeling game. That's what makes that game great. It's not just the story and the music and all that. Like,
and from these reviews, it seems like it does. Like it sounds like the gameplay's top tier. So and that's what I'm hoping for. If the gameplay can lock me in, then I should be pretty into it.
I like the aliens aesthetic too. So
yeah,
I'm all about it.
Apparently the story's pretty good too. Which who knew? I did not think Housemarque had that in them. So
yeah, I'm very curious.
Yeah, me too.
Good reviews so far.
All right, and then next up. Let's stick with PlayStation for a second. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart got a new trailer, and a state of play will be happening today at some point. Yeah. Today is the 29th of April. I think that's just in a couple hours, actually.
Yeah, just in a couple. It's at 5 Eastern.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it's a couple hours.
So yeah, like 3-4 hours from now. Did you watch the trailer?
I was just gonna ask that. Yeah, I did. Did you?
I did not. I did.
Okay.
I'm good.
I put in, I don't know if you saw what I put in our thing. They actually showed something new.
Oh yeah, it's not just that same level, but from a different angle.
Exactly. Like it's just her playing. You're playing as her doing the level. Like that was just a joke. But her name, I'll give you a little spoiler. The Lombax's name is Rivet, which was kind of the leak. I think people kind of assumed this was her name.
Didn't everyone think it was Rose or some shit?
Well, that was before. And then there was like a hint by Insomniac that was like something like that.
What is a rivet? Is a rivet?
Because this goes to that image of the whatever her name is, with the like the muscle picture with a lady with a headband, the old classic American image.
Sure.
She's holding the wrench.
I know
her name is. Her name is like Rivet something.
Oh,
is the name of that. So that's what it's going.
It's supposed to be like that. Okay.
It's a little hint to her. Yeah, and the trailer's fun. It looks like she like you might be playing a lot of this game as her. I'll just tell you that.
I'd assume half and half, right?
It looks like
that's what it seemed like. Yeah.
There was honestly, this trailer was really about Rivet. It barely had Ratchet in it.
I'm down for that. It seems like they're going for a whole like multiverse type thing, right? So
it looked like
I'd be
her
cool
and Clank were doing stuff. And that's going to be like the normal Ratchet gameplay. And then like Ratchet's off by himself.
Oh, is he not with like her robot friend?
No, because if you remember that first trailer, he's like Clank. He was like yelling for Clank. And then they showed her meeting Clank.
Okay.
So who knows what that means. And we'll see, I guess, more in this state of play. Yeah, I know this game is very exciting.
Can't wait.
The state of play is supposed to be only 15 minutes, but they're showing more than just this, which is weird.
Yeah, I wonder what else they got up their sleeve, really, because you wouldn't want to show just like too many random levels. I guess just more gameplay.
No, there's supposed to be another game. Like if you go to look at the state of play talk, like it sounds like they might show a couple indie games or something.
Oh, really? So
yeah, like this is not. Yeah, like this isn't just like.
I thought this was just like a dedicated Ratchet and Clank state.
It's not apparently.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, like I clicked and was reading about it. It's not.
I'd imagine it's got to be just like very small stuff then, because they did not market it like that.
Yeah. Okay, so here I'll read this whole thing.
Sure.
So tune in for the state of play on Thursday, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 Eastern, for extended gameplay for Insomniac, which is probably just a bigger version of this, and then plus updates on a pair of upcoming indie titles. So I was right. So
okay, perfect. I wonder what'll be there then. Maybe
Stray,
yeah, Kena, maybe a little bit.
Stray, Kena.
I guess they just showed Kena though.
Maybe The Devil Inside or whatever that game was.
Oh yeah, that weird. That was the one with the cool art style, right?
Yeah,
kind of cartoony. Yeah.
Maybe Jet. There's a few of that they had in that one.
There's that one game being made by the guys that make Gone Home. What was it, like Season or whatever it was called?
Oh yeah,
one of their state of plays. Yeah, maybe
could
we'll
be
get an update on that. That'd be cool.
It says only a couple, so like it's probably not too much, especially in 15 minutes. Like
you're probably right on the money with Stray and Little Devil.
I think Stray is gonna be it for sure.
Yeah, we haven't seen that game in quite a while now.
No.
Yeah,
I think it's still coming out this year too.
Yeah, Ratchet and Clank though, just can't wait. June 11th, man.
So ready for that game. That game's gonna be awesome.
I thought about replaying the first one. I was like,
nah, you don't need to.
I'll just watch that shitty movie.
Because like it's gonna be tied to a different game.
I think it's a direct sequel to the remake though.
I don't think so. It could be, but like the remake is technically the first game.
Yeah, I know. I'm pretty sure though they're just like going off
Rebooting it.
that. Yeah. I'm pretty
I
sure
hope
that
so.
that
As somebody
remake
that
was
has
kind of a
only
remake.
played
See, that's the only one I've played
2016.
too, so I'm right there with you.
Like I would hope so, but like I thought that I heard somewhere that it's like Into the Next, like it's a sequel from Into the Nexus, which was the last game.
Really? Okay. See, I'd be
That's what
kind
I
of
thought I
disappointed by
heard.
that if there's
Me
just
too.
like stuff I don't understand, because you can't even play those other games.
Yeah, I know. I
Yeah,
know.
it's
That's
not like there's a
PlayStation's
collection
problem.
or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
They really need to make like another Ratchet collection.
That'd be great. There's a bunch of collections I want on PlayStation, my 5 right now.
Yeah,
But
there's a bunch of those old like PS2
so
games
many
and stuff.
PlayStation games I missed, like the Jax trilogy, the old Ratchet games, the God of War trilogy, the the four Sly games, like all of those. Like I would love to play all of that.
Yeah, majority of those mascot platformers I missed as well. I just never got them. You know, Jack I never played. Sly
I never had a
played,
PlayStation.
Ratchet I never played. God of War I did play though. I have played all of those.
I want to play
That
them.
was the one. I don't know why 10-year-old me was like, I want God of War. Fuck Jack.
It's because it's bloody.
It was bloody. Just
A lot
so
of action.
Badass. You could have sex. That game.
Yeah, do you remember? Oh my God, the vase, it shakes.
Yeah, it shakes.
Oh.
You gotta circle the analog stick and whatnot. Press triangle. And you gotta tap it at the
It's
end.
so naughty. It's so naughty.
They should have put that in the God of War 2018. Where was that?
Where was that mini game?
what?
That's what we needed.
Boy, hold on a second. And he just like goes on, goes into a
Gonna go
shed.
get some more orbs.
You walk out, Chase is just like, Dad, what's going on?
Dad, boy.
You'll understand when you're older. Boy. I was watching, what movie was I just watching? Oh, I was watching The Dark Knight Rises, and the guy that plays Kratos is in that. He's a mercenary.
Oh,
He's it's
he?
very random, yeah. He fights Batman for a second, and then he gets smashed in the head.
he's from Stargate.
Is that what he's in?
Yeah, he's from Stargate SG-1. If you remember that old like sci-fi
I've never
show.
seen it, but
I've only seen like a couple episodes. He's like a main character in that.
yeah, I recognized him right away. I was like, oh, is that fucking Kratos?
It's Kratos. God of War.
Kratos. He's fighting Batman. That's weird.
Oh my God.
Dark Knight trilogy, though, man. I'll tell you. I
Shout
watched all
out.
3 of those again for the first time in like 5 years. Fucking great.
Great time.
Great time. All right.
Great time.
Next up, let's just stick with PlayStation. Sony's yearly earnings call has revealed that PlayStation 5 has sold 7.8 million units as of March 31st. Pretty big. Just some other news. They have sold 338.9 million games were sold over the past year on PS4 and 5, and then PS5 sold 7.6. Or no, PS4 sold 7.6 million units in the same amount of time. So PS5 just slightly above where PS4 was. We're going to talk about Xbox sales as well, but it seems like both these consoles are just selling as much as they can possibly make still, which is a good thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like they're both just selling out constantly. You can't get either one right now.
Yeah,
like,
both reported that supply is higher than, or demand is higher than the supply they have.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
like they're
it's
making
good.
them. Sales are going. Like people are posting, oh, we got them. They're gone.
Yeah,
every
they're
time.
just gone immediately.
You cannot get a console right now. Like I have a couple people I know that are just still trying to get some stuff. Just can't.
Yeah,
You know?
a lot of people still looking for PS5s and Xboxes, and it's just hard to get. Xbox, I've been seeing a little bit more frequently. PS5 as well, though. I see that page go.
I
up
see them both
on-
pretty regularly. They
Yeah,
just immediately sell out though. Like I can't even try to like send a link because it's like, well, by the time I try to send it, like they just need to be on it because by the time I send it, it's gone.
yeah. I feel like we're at a point right now where like if you're on it though, you can get one. You know, if you just like really have all your notifications set and stuff. Like
That's
you
why I
can
kept
find
trying
one.
to like follow Warrior64. I know
Yeah.
you probably don't use Twitter much. Just make a Twitter, follow this guy. He'll tweet it out. You follow the link and you buy it as quickly as you can.
Yeah, you
That's
could
it.
get one within like 2 weeks. You know, if
Yeah.
you really tried. Yeah, but yeah,
It's just-
good for PlayStation. Good
Yeah.
for Sony.
See,
Selling
I
all these
want to
units.
take a second in this little PlayStation bit
Sure.
so we can have a little PlayStation talk. Maybe just about me. I sound negative with PlayStation a lot.
And I sound positive.
And that comes from a place of I love PlayStation. I want to say that. Like I do love. I play my PlayStation all the time. I play PlayStation exclusives all the time. I know PlayStation could do so much better, and that bothers me more than I think some other companies, because I see what PlayStation could be if they weren't so weird when it comes to some things with their communication and a bunch of other stuff. PlayStation could be destroying. They just don't. It's weird. I don't know.
Yeah, they've been fucking up all year, right, on the console side and just like their marketing and all that, right? Everything's been negative this year, pretty much for them. I mean,
except for sales, yeah,
yeah, except for sales, and then obviously when Returnal, is coming out to great reviews, and people like Destruction All Stars and stuff. I know that didn't review
not really,
well, but yeah, not really. I mean, it's not like that game lit the world on fire, but it's like game wise, I think that's why I end up sounding like I give Sony so much leeway. It's just because they've just made some of my favorite games over the past like 5 years.
100%.
Yeah, and it's just like.
But to me, that only goes so far.
Sure.
Like I am critical of them because of how much I like them, and I want them to succeed more than they are, which is weird to say because they're doing so well. I just think that they could be doing that much better if they could fix these things.
It's like if they could just get it together on the console side and the marketing side, then they'd be fucking perfect, right? Because the games are killing it.
Yeah. If somehow those two, Xbox and PlayStation, could just be one, like,
right, and be perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think me and you were talking about this the other day. If you separate it just to Sony Studios, I think Sony Studios, the guys publishing the games, they're doing great, I think. Themselves. I think they're doing perfect. The other side of it is just fucking up all over the place. And
the marketing angle,
yeah, and it's almost the exact opposite for me on the Xbox side, where I'm not getting the games are coming for Xbox now. I feel like I'm much more positive on Xbox now after they bought Bethesda, because I know now that great games are coming especially after all these studios they just bought, Obsidian and all that. I know those teams are gonna make great games that I'm gonna love on Xbox. So now I'm not like too concerned, but like go back even 2 years ago when Xbox didn't really have much and a lot of their studios weren't making games I wasn't interested in. Then I was kind of just like...
The thing that they don't have much is still like they have every third-party game to me like is just great there. Like they have all these indie games. Like they might not have a Halo level game all the time, but like that doesn't mean they don't have games.
No, they certainly do.
The idea that Xbox doesn't have games, I think, is such a weird thing to say. In my opinion,
it's not that they don't have them. It's just like, if I were to recount like the past like 5 years, I think PlayStation has just been making like probably 4 out of those 5 years, PlayStation made my game of the year. Like if I don't know, go back to like 2016 was my game of the year. Like Uncharted, probably.
Overwatch,
yeah. I didn't play Overwatch, but yeah, mine was Uncharted personally. Then like 2017 was Horizon, 2018 was God of War, 2019, well, that was Star Wars, so that wasn't that. But then
see, for me, I'm different. 2018 was Red Dead.
Sure.
2017, Mario Odyssey.
Ooh, that's a good one.
See, I'm a little.
Even that though, all those games I just named, you love them as well. They were great
of course,
games.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think I want Xbox to be making those again, like some of my favorite games again. I'm down with all these smaller games as well, but like I'm not into the Oris, and there's some other stuff
Cupheads
like,
and all that,
and the Cupheads and that, and those games just weren't for me. Like Gears Tactics, I'd still like to try that one out, to be fair, but I'm very excited for them to break into the AAA space again. And,
I mean, they had Gears 5, and nobody talked about that game. That game's awesome.
I did love Gears 5. Yeah,
Gears 5's great.
That's fair. Yeah,
the game just got not talked about, which doesn't make any sense. People are like, where's Xbox's games? And they put out Gears 5.
It's funny because the start of last gen, I was pretty much just all Xbox. Like I could have not bought a PS4 at the beginning of last gen and I was fine, and I was like, I wasn't even thinking about it.
It wasn't until like 2016, really.
Yeah, like really, yeah, you're pretty much right. 2016ish, because I bought the Xbox and I was like, I'm probably just gonna stick with Xbox again because I was a 360 kid and I was like, I'm just gonna stick with Xbox.
In America, everyone was really 360.
Yeah, and then all these games started coming out on PlayStation, and then Xbox kind of slowed down on all the games. Like I remember there was like Sunset Overdrive, and then there was just a huge gap until like Gears 4.
I think 2013 was like their last big year, because it wasn't, or maybe it was 2012, because they had like Halo 4 come out. And that was kind of like one of their last big games for a while.
Yeah.
Which was 2012? Right. That was 2013?
Yeah, Halo 4 was 2012.
2012?
Yeah.
So, like, that was probably their last, like, real big year.
Yeah. And then once they kind of fell off on the game side, I started looking more at PlayStation. Then I just became all PlayStation that whole gen. And then now we're here where I'm just like, I'm looking at Xbox again. And I'm just like, once all these games start coming out, I might just switch over to Xbox again permanently, you know? And just play my exclusive on PS5, you know?
That's what I do. I play exclusives / like exclusive indie games on my Switch, then exclusive on PlayStation, and then everything else on Xbox. That's just how I've always been.
Xbox, I'm just so excited for a lot of these games though. Once they start coming out, just
all you have to do, you buy your console, you buy Game Pass. That's all you
exactly, and that's all you need. Yeah, and then Game Pass, which we haven't even mentioned, is just such a great value. And I mean, Sony, they're gonna have to recognize that at some point and make their own. Like they don't have a choice. Yeah. But yeah, we will continue. Let's talk about Microsoft and Xbox. Sure. Microsoft has reported their gaming revenue grew 50% over the last year. And then Xbox content and services grew 34%, which is all Game Pass pretty much. Yeah. And then, like we just said, demand is higher than supply for Series X and S. So Xbox doing just as well, really. Yeah. I know we don't have 50% exact numbers, but like we just said, they're selling all they can make. So
their revenue jumping 50%.
Huge.
That's a lot in 1 year. I mean, that could be because more people were playing games as well, but that just means that Xbox is getting a little more mind share, more people wanting to play an Xbox, stuff like that.
And then just imagine how Halo Infinite comes out, and then like 6 months later we get like Hellblade. Hellblade 2 or whatever, and then we get like Avowed or whatever, and then
Starfield
as the games start coming out, and then you're forced to just keep your Game Pass subscription, and then it just build on and on and on. I mean, this number.
I think
by next year, this time, this number could be even bigger. Like way.
I think
bigger.
the last number that we saw with Game Pass was 18 million, which was maybe a month ago or so, which is a lot. That I think they ended the year with 15. I think. So they're gaining maybe 1 million a month. It could be even more at this point.
And then there's going to be a huge jump when these
when Halo
start coming out. Yeah, exactly.
Like it could be at 30 by the time Halo comes out. That's a lot of people on Game Pass.
Do you think Halo being free to play will affect it at all, though?
No.
You still think a lot of people will come in for that campaign?
Yeah. Halo is as much as a multiplayer game it's a campaign game.
Sure.
It has a great story usually, like the old ones do. So this is 343 needs to prove it, but I assume people want to play the campaign.
I certainly do. Yeah, they need to make it a great campaign though too.
Like I'm wondering like if there's a firefight mode as well. That's probably not in that free to play thing. So people love firefight, that horde-ish mode,
Forge and all that as well.
Forge, all that kind of stuff. So like there's a lot that could add. I doubt that there's a battle royale happening. I think that it's funny. I talked to Paris about this on his little Spaces thing.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Something I brought up to him.
Oh, that's cool.
And we both kind of agreed a little that if you remember Halo 5's Warzone mode, which was that kind of like you buy cards and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was like a big team battle. Like I think that's gonna be what they do is like upgrade that mode and not really do a battle royale. Have like a huge bunch of people fighting each other like a Battlefield type of thing.
Big team battle, right? I mean, it was already pretty much a thing.
Have some Warzone-ish stuff into it, probably.
All you would need is the mix in what they call it in Halo 3, Lone Wolf, big team battle. That's pretty much a battle royale,
right? Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah, pretty much, I guess. But I just I don't see them doing a battle royale. It's just too flooded.
Yeah, you don't really need to at this point.
There are a lot of people that think you do. I just don't think you do. There's too many games. Every game is like trying to get into that space, and it doesn't always work.
If they're gonna do it, it has to be perfect, right? Like it has to really.
They literally
capture
have to pour
all the
money
audiences.
into it.
And like you'd have to just be dedicated to that after this game launches.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Can't wait. I know they just said some new stuff about Halo. There's now cross-play and cross-progression, which is great for all the PC.
We kind of assumed that. Xbox has that play anywhere thing.
Cross-play, we assumed. I guess progression wasn't a given. Oh, was it?
They have play anywhere games where you bring your PC save to Xbox and then back and forth.
So is all that just tied to the Game Pass, or is that completely separate? Okay.
No, Play Anywhere is like a thing. It was an initiative that they had before.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so we look forward to Halo.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see more.
Everyone's doing great. Xbox doing great. Sony's doing great.
Well.
Switch is destroying everyone. Like
consoles are thriving right now.
Yeah. Oh no, Connor. What do you mean they're thriving? Consoles are dead.
Nah, they're dead. They've been dead for 10 years apparently.
Console gaming is dead.
PC just took over, you know.
Yeah, console gaming's dead.
And then our last piece of news: Greg Miller, Alex Mendez, and Jackie Chin.
Yeah, Golden Boy.
Sure. They are hosting E3. What that means exactly, I am not entirely sure. But they are hosting the digital events for E3. So I don't know if like one is gonna take over for each type of, you know, because they separate it by like they separate it by like, you know, Xbox, Nintendo, EA. I don't know if like one of them is just gonna take each, or what's going on there exactly. Do you know?
That's a good question, because we already know it's going to be. This isn't normally E3. The host thing probably could carry over to like them going back to live events, but the fact that this is just like a digital event only, it could be like the DICE event. I don't know if you watched the DICE Awards or whatever.
No, I haven't seen that in a while.
It was Jessica, Chobot, Greg, and then Khalif.
Mm-hmm.
And like Khalif was doing a lot of the interviews, but then Greg and kind of Chobot were hosting like they normally do. So like I'm wondering if it's going to be kind of them bantering a lot, and then like Greg will split over here, Golden Boy will go over here, Jackie will go over here, and you know.
Do you think they kind of then like throw it over to the main conference, and then when you go back, it'll be Greg and them talking about stuff, and then we'll go into another conference or whatever? Is that kind of?
That's kind of how I see, or like guiding it into Xbox or guiding it into Ubisoft, something like that. I could see, because they're not going to take over their whole conference.
Yeah.
Like Ubisoft's going to want to do their thing.
Yeah.
But if Greg's there, he's hosting E3, so he's gonna show it off to them, and then they'll take it away, I assume.
Very curious to see how they do that, because Greg also said he'll be doing his normal kind of funny stuff as well,
which is awesome. He's gonna
great. That's what I was worried about when I first read it. I was like, oh man, that kind of sucks. He's not gonna be there, but it sounds like
he probably was like, well, if I'm doing it, then I need to be on my own stuff. Yeah, which is awesome. Shout out to that.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's a great guy to pick for this is
come on,
Greg Miller. I know even Colin suggested a little while ago that like Greg should be hosting like the State of Plays or stuff like that, you know, and it's like you totally should like throw money.
Yeah, there's
at
respect
Greg Miller
there
to host your shit.
Yeah, people know Greg. Greg just he's the guy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really think you could find a better host in this industry, really.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
I can't think of one really.
Even those
I love Golden Boy. But that comes from my like esports Halo background. That's where he's from.
So he's normally like the Call of Duty guy, right?
Well, he's done a lot of Call of Duty. He's done Valorant. He really kind of got his start on Halo. He was an old Halo like MLG commentator and stuff. Him and Puckett, those two guys really got big. So he's done a lot of casting, but he's done a lot more hosting recently. So this is really awesome for him. And then Jackie, I don't know a lot about Jackie, but I know she's another host. I looked her up a little bit. She seems great. It's really exciting.
Yeah, good for Greg. You know, happy for him. Our Lord and Savior, Greg Miller. You know,
our Lord and Savior.
Our Lord and Savior. That's what he is. Daniel, that is it for the news. Quick week. Quick week.
Yeah.
I think next week we'll get some more stuff. Right?
Yeah, we'll talk about the state of play next week.
Yeah, I think next week we'll be more focusing on reviews. Pokemon Snap and Returnal and stuff.
Definitely.
Speaking of what we've been playing, though, what have you been playing, Daniel?
I've been playing. I'm going to read this number too for you. Nier Replicant version 1.224744871139. ... keeps going.
I don't ever want to hear shit about Kingdom Hearts again.
That's just a dumb title for like the updated version of it. So yeah, I beat the main first ending or whatever, however you want to say it, and ending A. I know there's like a couple of different endings for this one. I don't really know if I'm gonna go and do that, but so this is a remake / update of the original Nier that was only released in Japan, because there was two different versions. one in America, where you play as the dad of this little girl, and then the Near Replicant, you play as the brother of this little girl. But they're supposedly the same game. I don't really know. I didn't play it back in the day. It's really fun. If you like Nier, it doesn't feel as good as Automata. It is a 360 PS3 game. It is updated.
I thought this was more of like a full-on remake, and like they were just making it in the Automata engine type thing.
It is definitely updated, and it feels good to play. It doesn't feel bad. It definitely doesn't feel as good as Automata, because that was Platinum made that. Platinum's just top tier. So it feels good to play. It definitely has 360 elements.
Okay.
That era. So like the side quest stuff, like I probably would tell people not to do much side quests because it's just really repetitive. A lot of the areas
like,
you go to.
Like, what are they? The side quests? Like, what is it? Just like,
very
hey, go
typical.
kill 3 pigs type shit.
Very typical. Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. And you're already in just doing the main game. You're already going back to areas you keep seeing the same areas. Like the game, it is open world ish. It's kind of like Borderlands where you have sections you kind of go to or whatever.
Is there like kind of like a hub type thing?
There's a main city.
Oh, sure. Okay.
It's like a village.
And what, you just keep going back to that?
You go back. That's where your house is, and there's some other NPCs there. Yeah, it's really interesting. Like the main plot is your sister has this illness called the Black Scrawl, and you're trying to cure her. And there are these things called shades that are these like demonic looking things that you're killing.
Sound a lot like Kingdom Hearts.
Sure, yeah. They're much bigger than like those little things
Heartless.
than Kingdom Hearts. There are 2 kind of like allies you get, and they're both pretty cool. One is her name is Kaine.
Kaine.
Yeah, voiced by Laura Bailey in the English version.
Nice.
She does a good job. She's very brash. She's very in your face and aggressive. She's also wearing lingerie the whole game. Very revealing.
Not bad.
Very. I'm going to say it again. Very revealing. If you thought
Japanese,
2B,
man.
yeah, and it's Yoko Taro specifically.
Nah.
This one guy. If you thought 2B was revealing in any way, not even close.
No.
Kaine's in some parts she's wearing nothing basically.
This is
it's a lot.
When was this? This game originally released?
2010. Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah.
Times have changed a little bit.
Times have changed.
And the third one that comes out, the next Nier game, she'll be like fully
But
clothed.
Nier was 2017. Automata was.
Yeah, she was slightly more clothed than this one.
To be fair, like it was only when people would kind of like try to look up her skirt or something. Like normally when you're playing the game, she's fine.
Not supposed to look there.
Yeah. But she's a great character. She's really cool. I don't really want to spoil too much about her. But there are a lot of stuff that they deal with her, and she has a tragic story, I'll say. And then your other little ally you get, he's like a little blind kid. When he looks at people, he petrifies them, turns them into stone.
What a cool power that would be.
Yeah, he's a cool little kid. There's a lot of story to really interesting. His name's Emile. He's pretty cool. And the game is really slow to start, I'll say, because I know you questioned to me, should you play them? I'd say play both Niers. I'd start with this and then go to Automata. You start as a young version of yourself. That's like half the game, and the other half is an old version of yourself.
Okay.
Basically most of the time you playing as the young version of yourself, pretty slow. There are some like crazier moments and more intense moments, but I'd say like the end of you playing as the kid, it kind of picks up. The adult is a little more fast-paced, a little more crazy things happening.
So what, the kid section's a little bit more like story focused?
Slower, trying to build the world and what's happening and all that kind of stuff. Trying to build a relationship with you and your sister, and you and some of the NPCs and stuff. Meet Kaine, meet Emile, stuff like that. Then as the adult, I won't spoil the story. As the adult, you're still doing the same thing, and it just gets a little crazier. The ending is insane. The ending's wild.
So I wanted to ask about the endings. Aren't they like really important to go through and play? Like, aren't they almost like a completely separate game when you then replay it, right?
I don't know how they play. I got like a little message saying that like there's more to Kaine's story, so like I'm sure I can go and like see what she did like right after like you beat the main part of it. But I don't know. I know Nier had a bunch of endings as well.
I remember reading about
it. It's a lot to get me to want to replay it that many times, to be honest.
I remember reading about in Automata that like there's a whole nother like 25% of the game locked behind one of the endings, and then like a whole nother 25% of the game locked behind one of the endings, but you got to play through like half of the game again to get there. It's just kind of, it's weird the way they set that up.
That's a lot to ask.
Yeah, it really is. Because how many hours did it take you to beat this one?
About 15, 16.
Yeah, so it's like add another 15 onto that, or like a 10 or whatever. And
that's a lot, yeah.
And then you get to the new stuff, you know what I mean? Is that kind of how it works? I don't know. It's just
I'm not sure.
Very Japanese way to do it.
Yeah, I hope that the next Nier game isn't... Like, I don't want another huge jump in time. Like, I'd rather, like, let's get back to 2B. I don't know how the other endings are. I don't know. But I'd rather get back to 2B and 9S from Automata and not necessarily, like, jump another 1,000 years ahead in time.
So are they not in this at all?
Well, this is a prequel. No, they're not in it at all. Like, different characters. This is, like, I think, like, 1,500 years, like, in the past.
I read something though on Twitter that like if you play through all of this one, you'll get a lot more out of Automata eventually.
Oh, is there more of a connection somehow?
Yeah, there might be somehow. I just read that on Twitter, so I don't know.
Because Automata, like, I don't want to spoil story stuff. I guess this is a 10-year-old game, but like there are things that they mention, like if you've played a little of Automata, like most of the humans are like kind of gone at this point, like. They kind of talk about that kind of stuff in Replicant. So there is a connection there.
Okay. Yeah. It's interesting the way they set up those endings. It's a cool idea, I guess. But there should just be a way to just get to the new content immediately, you know? Just skip everything you've already played.
Yeah, just give me a few missions or something, right?
I tried Automata, and I got like an hour in, and I was enjoying it, and then I died, and I had to redo that whole hour. But I just read that's just like in the first hour. Like you just have to get past that part.
To the save point.
Yeah. And that pissed me off. I remember, and I was just like, all right, I'm not doing that again. And yeah, that's just what.
The cool thing about Automata is it changes up gameplay so much. Like Replicant does, but you could see where they took what they did with the first Nier and then ramped it up
and then put it into that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, even like that hour I played, I remember like flying around in a ship, and then you run around.
Yeah, you get your mech. You're flying around with the mech.
Yeah. That's cool. I love stuff like that. I love when games.
Yeah, Nier Automata changes the gameplay up a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try these at some point. I feel like I could definitely be into these,
especially Automata.
Combat. Yeah,
I love Replicant. I would say you could just play Automata and then go back,
and then you'd be fine.
Definitely play Automata.
Sure. Yeah, at some point when there's a break in these games, I'll definitely try to get into those. You been playing anything else?
No. Replicant, or I said Replicant. Returnal, I'm gonna play this weekend. I want to play Judgment. It just came out.
It's on Game Pass now, right?
Not on Game Pass. Maybe it will. It did just come out.
The versions just came out though, or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I want to play that. I don't know if I'm gonna play that right away because it got probably another 2 weeks or so before RE.
It's only a week, man.
Is it next week?
It's next week, yeah, May 7th.
Is it next Friday?
Yeah, next Friday.
Oh my god. Okay, never mind then. Never mind. Judgment's waiting.
It's like that one and Ratchet for me are the two that have dates where I'm just like I'm chomping at the bit to play those.
Okay. Yeah. I was thinking it was 2 weeks. Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
So
Resident Evil's next week. Then the week after that is Mass Effect. Then the week after that, the week after that was supposed to be Deathloop, but that got delayed. Now it's Biomutant. If you're into that, we'll see about that though.
Yeah, it's a game I'm questioning for sure.
We didn't mention in the news, but Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is getting a next gen update as well.
Okay.
I forgot to mention that. Yeah. Pretty cool.
Do we know what is being updated? Frame rate, stuff like that?
I don't know because they already did an update for
that's right.
consoles. Yeah, for the last gen version. So now there's a whole next gen version coming out, and it's just like I wonder what you guys are really doing.
Try to hit that 60 frames, maybe.
Yeah, I would hope
ray
it just
tracing?
like runs flawlessly now.
Imagine
there was a lot of problems with that game when it first came out.
Yeah,
and
it didn't run great sometimes.
No, yeah, definitely not. So I'd imagine this next gen version is just gonna be perfect. Hopefully.
Where's the second one?
It's got to be coming. They got to be making it.
Come on.
Respawn's a big team, so
I think they got multiple teams now. They got an Apex team.
I know. Last year at one point they opened the second studio somewhere.
Well, Vince went to go
to Dice LA or whatever.
Right?
Yeah, I think Dice LA became Respawn something.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
okay.
I think that was it. So
yeah, because I remember Vince went to go do his own.
And they just made last year. They came out with that Medal of Honor VR game. Respawn made that. Yeah, so
yeah,
I'd imagine that was like even a third team that made that. So they're probably working on it. Give them a couple years. I'd say give them like 4 years for the sequel.
Ooh, but that would be. It came out at the end of 2019.
Yeah, I would just hope with how well this one was received and how well it sold that EA gives them more time so it doesn't come out and be as glitchy as it was. And
what about seeing a teaser this year at E3?
We could.
And then it came out in 2019 like next year.
Yeah, come out next fall. I mean, I could see that. That would only be 3 years, but we'll see. I think they might need the fourth, and with COVID and everything, we'll see.
That could have delayed. I mean, Respawn's they work though. Respawn's
they do.
They put out games.
One of my favorite developers right now, honestly. Like everything
they don't miss,
man. Gold, man.
Vince has not missed. Like go look at Vince Zampella's like entire career. It's insane. The man is like, he oozes talent. Like he helped make Call of Duty as big as it is.
Yeah, legitimately, it was probably like last gen for me. It was probably Respawn was like probably right at the top with the best developers. I mean, it was probably them and Insomniac for me, honestly.
And I mean, most of that was just Titanfall 2. Let's be honest.
Yeah, Titanfall 2. I mean, Jedi Fallen Order as well. I mean, I love both those games.
Jedi Fallen Order and Apex, just those three. Even
Apex
Titanfall 1
I
was a
wasn't
cool
even
game.
in Apex, so
yeah,
Respawn killing it.
Yeah.
I have not been playing shit.
I'm just that happened to me
games.
A couple weeks ago.
Yeah, man. I just I don't like playing games either when like I know a big wave of games just coming. Like I'm about to be playing a new game every week now until like the end of May, so I don't really play much. What I did play though is I played Tony Hawk with Tim Geddes.
Oh, let's talk about this. Yeah, I heard him talking about.
Accidentally, he did not. Oh, he was talking about what?
He mentioned about it on Game Pass.
What did he mention?
Games Cast that he was playing it. He only mentioned a little bit. He mentioned about best friends meeting him and like jumping. Did you jump at him? Were you one of those people that jumped at him?
I did.
He talked about it on Gamescast.
I tweeted at him afterwards. I tweeted at him a couple pictures, one of him beating me and then one of me beating him. And I was like, he didn't respond to those, but maybe he saw.
I'm sure he saw.
He must have.
Tim always looks at.
Yeah. Anyways, I got home on a Saturday night. It was last Saturday. I was at a friend's house, and then so I just started randomly playing Tony Hawk, and then in graffiti mode, which is pretty much just Splatoon. It's I think I've talked about this a little bit before.
So like a territories type of thing. Like
where you like paint your own section, but it's just based on the points you get from doing all the different tricks. So
you do like a 10,000 trick in this ramp.
Yeah,
that is your ramp.
Yeah, unless someone does a better trick on that ramp, you know what I mean? Unless someone gets more points while also being.
So is
on
that
the ramp.
even? So if you're just like manualing on the ground, is it even taking that like on the ground?
It won't take just the ground, but pretty much everything else. Any rail you can grind on, any ramp you can go up, anything like that. Even the walls, like you can wall plant. On certain stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
You can get those too. So there's a lot of stuff, but yeah, not the basic ground. Anyway, so I'm just randomly playing that. I'm in the lead. And then all of a sudden, it'll tell you in graffiti mode who takes the lead. All of a sudden, it just pops up. Tim Geddes took the lead. And I was like, oh, shit.
Wait
Tim
a second.
Geddes. Yeah, I'm like, wait. I know that name. And I was like, that has to be really him, right? And I looked it up. It was really him. That really is his PSN profile. So I was like, oh,
nice.
That's cool. Anyways, I don't remember who won the graffiti. So graffiti, it's not like, that's not the one you judge how good you are at the game. Because you can just randomly win that just by grinding random shit and like getting the most. So then we get to Combo Mambo. I should explain this too. The Tony Hawk multiplayer works. It's just random order in 4 different modes. There's graffiti, score attack, which is just get to a certain score and first one to do that wins. Trick Attack, which is just who can get the highest score, and then Combo Mambo is who can get the highest combo. So really, Trick Attack and Combo Mambo.
So you don't go in picking anything?
No, yeah, it'll just you just stay in the same lobby and they just go through them all randomly, kind of. Like it won't go like Trick Attack and then another Trick Attack. It'll be, I don't know what the, how it goes exactly. It just seems random most of the time.
Okay.
But so Combo Mambo and Trick Attack are really the ones where you judge a player, where it's like, okay, let's see how good you really are.
How good are you?
Yeah. So we're in Combo Mambo, and then I take the lead in Combo Mambo. I had like a score of like 400,000 something, and Tim Geddes was only at like 200,000 something. That was his second score. He was in second place, and I was just like, oh, okay, I'm whooping this guy's ass. I'm wiping the floor with him. And we have like 30 seconds left in the match, and then all of a sudden he gets like a 700,000 one. Yeah, and I'm just like, oh, this motherfucker. And I didn't have enough time to put a good combo together, and I kept falling right then. And plus, this was like my first match. I'm warming up here. All right.
Yeah, a lot of pressure.
Yeah. Who knows how much Tim Geddes was playing right before this? Probably a lot. But so he beats me on that one. I'm like, all right, this dude's pretty fucking good. Then we get in a Trick Attack. I wipe the floor with him.
Oh.
Yeah, I got like an above million score, and I don't remember what he was at, but I wiped the floor with him in Trick Attack. Then we get to another Combo Mambo eventually. He beats me again. And then from then on, though, I just wiped the floor with him. Just killed him.
Are we gonna like call out Tim Geddes?
I am a little bit. I mean, I'm just saying maybe I should be the Tony Hawk guy in the video games industry and not Tim Geddes. I'm just saying.
What?
I'm just saying.
Do you have the platinum?
I do not, but neither does he.
That's true. No. You're right. He doesn't have the platinum.
He does not have the platinum.
He's going after.
So maybe someone that does have the platinum. Who was that one guy that was on our show that had the platinum? Oliver should be the Tony Hawk guy. Maybe not me or Tim Geddes, but I'll take it.
Yeah, shout out to Oliver. He's got the platinum. That's hard. It sounds like it's hard.
Oh, it's very hard. I don't know why Tim Geddes thinks he's gonna get it, because like you gotta do a lot of shit. Like it's a lot. Like there's so many.
It sounds like he's just grinding. Like he's getting close, right?
Yeah, but you're not going to get very far just by playing the multiplayer. Like, you could play, like, thousands of matches in the multiplayer, and you wouldn't get very far.
So what is he trying to do?
So, to rank up your rank, that's the one everyone needs, right? Is to get to rank 100. I'm at, like, 70-something.
Okay.
And to rank that up, you need to do these different challenges. You'll get slightly, like, just a very small amount of points just from playing multiplayer matches. And that'll like very slowly rank you up. But really what you want to do is complete these random challenges the game adds. And those just consist of doing random things at a park or doing random things in multiplayer or whatever. There's like hundreds of challenges. So, you can just pick and choose which ones you really want to do. And
are there like multiplayer specific that he's like going
for? There's multiplayer specific ones, but there's not that many. And they don't give you that many points, the challenges and the multiplayer ones. So it's not...
Maybe you need to tweet at him, say, hey, this is the better way to grind.
Yeah. See, I don't know the perfect way to do it. Oliver would probably know. There's probably one thing you can do that you have to get, because there's like speed
play
runs
on
and stuff
this
like
one
that
level,
too.
And you could get a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, get all the challenges on this one level, and you get a whole bunch or something like that. If I looked deeper into the challenges and looked which ones gave you the most points, that's probably the best way to do it. But just from doing multiplayer, because that's normally what I play, you don't get that many. But, Tim Geddes, not that good.
Oh, my God. You keep calling him out.
He's okay. At what point when I just started killing him, I was just like, all right, is he even playing anymore? And
Tim, wake up.
I'm not even sure you're doing anything anymore. It was funny, too, because you could tell he just, like, didn't care about graffiti or score attack. He would just, like, he just wouldn't even place on those runs. And then all of a sudden, like, Trick Attack pops up, and he's right
How many people normally are, like, in one match?
Probably, I'd say 6 to 12. Something like
that.
Oh,
that's a lot of people.
Yeah, it's a good amount. So you get up there. But yeah, if you're so there's a competitive, and then there's ones just called jams. That's just, the casual playlist. But no one's ever in competitive. I can never find a match in competitive. So you just pretty much always play jams.
Yeah, you're just jamming out.
Yeah. And I'm just killing everyone on jams,
Nice.
It used to be when the game first came out, I'd go into competitive and they would kill me. Like there's guys in there that are just like, it's like when you play a fighting game against a Japanese gamer tag, and you're just like,
you're like, oh no, I need to quit.
I'm fucked.
That guy's playing Sub-Zero. I'm dead.
I'm dead. And then you go into competitive and they get like scores of like 500 million, and I'm just like, what are you guys even doing?
You're
I
breaking
don't
the
even
game.
know. Yeah, I don't even know how that's possible. But yeah, like I said, Tim Geddes, not that good. And now we can move on to the
That's
game.
all you've been playing?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
I'm with you. Waiting for Returnal. Pokemon Snap as well.
Yeah.
Hoping to get through both of those. Give some nice reviews of those next week.
Yeah. So I get the game. We're not gonna be able to show this on the screen because we don't have Sims.
Yeah, we don't have
normally
Sims.
the guy.
I am not.
So we're gonna
as
do something
technologically savvy as he is.
Yeah, you got us working. That's
I
all.
did get it. We are recording an episode, hopefully.
So we're gonna do a little tier list, okay?
Yes.
I gave you the tier list. I'm sorry we can't show it to everybody, but I will constantly tell you what we ranked everything. We're doing the Star Wars movies / TV shows, all of them in a tier list. The rankings are not S to F. The rankings are Grandmaster is the top.
Wait, we're doing the movies?
The movies and the TV shows. Yep.
What about the video games? Okay,
no
we
video
can do
games.
this.
No
I like
games.
this. Sure, whatever.
Yes,
Fuck video
something
games.
different. So it goes Grandmaster, Council Member, then Master, then Knight, then Padawan, and then Youngling.
Okay.
And that Youngling is the worst.
Youngling is the worst, of course.
So I don't know how you want to tackle this, and if you want to do like a particular order. It's just kind of random here. I could just grab from the beginning if you want.
Sure. Yeah.
It's up to you.
Let's start with go canon wise. Start with the
Oh.
episode 1. Yeah.
That's going to be a little more complicated.
Okay. Well, you go whatever way you think is easiest.
Okay, I'll just grab from because this is random from where I'm grabbing.
Okay.
So the first one is Star Wars: A New Hope. Episode
Okay.
4.
Now,
Where would A New Hope go?
what is? Hang on, let me pull up the tiers.
So the tiers are Grandmaster, Council Member, Master, Knight, Padawan, Youngling.
Okay.
There's no way that this is not Grandmaster.
I could make an argument for council member. Because I think there is better Star Wars movies and better Star Wars TV shows than New Hope.
don't know,
I understand A New Hope started it all, but I do not think it is the best of it
When's the
all.
last time you watched A New Hope?
Leading up to episode 9.
Okay, so a couple years.
Yeah.
A New Hope's perfect.
A New Hope is really good. You know, you're selling me here. It
Come
probably
on.
should be. In
I'm just gonna
Grandmaster.
tell you, Luke looking up at the Twin Suns with Leia's theme playing. Oh my god. Done.
I'm with you. Grandmaster.
It-
It has to be. It has
New
to
Hope,
be.
dude.
It's one of the greatest
A New
movies of
Hope.
all time.
One of the greatest movies of all time. A New Hope.
I
Let's
mean,
go.
it made, your big budget Hollywood sci-fi movies.
Sci-fi would
this is
not be
it.
the same
Without
without
A New Hope.
1977's Star Wars: A New Hope.
Yeah, I agree.
Now we're gonna go to Star Wars: Attack of the Clones,
Ooh.
episode 2.
Okay.
So we have the middle tier would be like Master, Knight, Padawan, Youngling.
I would go Padawan.
Me too.
There
Me
are
too, 'cause
parts
think
I like
that-
about Attack of the Clones. I like a lot of the Obi-Wan stuff. When he
this
goes to
is
that
clear-
rainy
this is
planet,
the
and he
worst
fights,
movie.
Jango Fett. You think
Yeah.
this is the worst movie? Interesting. I have an interesting take on the worst movie in Star Wars,
Okay.
but we'll get there when we get
I think
there.
this is the worst, but I think that there is something coming up that I think is worth. But I agree. Padawan, I think is right.
Yeah, I think Padawan. Do you
Sand-
like anything about this movie? I like the giant fight at the end as well. I'm a sucker for that one. In the pit when all the Jedi's come in.
I would say Coruscant.
Yeah,
It might be my favorite thing in the movie.
sure.
But
The chase in the beginning on Coruscant.
Yeah.
that one's really cool. Yeah.
I think just kind of Coruscant in general in this movie, I think is interesting.
There's a whole
The movie just has a lot of problems.
there's a whole like mystery thing in the beginning that's really cool, and I really wish they stick with that throughout the movie, but they do not at all. So yeah,
the
Padawan
movie's
it is.
just Hayden Christensen is up and down with his acting.
I
he
think
gets
he's
better.
just down, honestly.
He gets better in the next movie, but
He does get better in Revenge of the Sith, I agree. But
I honestly I don't blame him for for his performance.
It's a lot of the writing.
I think it's the writing and the direction. Like, there's a lot that goes into a movie, you know. Mm-hmm. All right, so the next one is Star Wars Rebels. Let's go.
This has to be Grandmaster, right? This is the best.
Come on, it's me and you. It's me and you. We can do whatever we want.
We're putting in a Grandmaster.
We're putting in a Grandmaster. Let's go. Come on.
This might be my favorite Star Wars thing in general.
I think we both. This is one thing we both agree on. Like, Rebels is if you have been upset with Disney Star Wars things, it's clear that you have not been watching everything then, because Rebels is amazing.
You did not watch Rebels.
Because Rebels is so good.
The time travel plot in Rebels, that whole section, and like I think it's in season 3 mostly.
It's 3 or 4. Yeah, really weird.
Weird, but I loved it. It was so cool.
Very interesting.
Yeah,
the whole Ahsoka stuff is what you mean, right?
Yeah.
There's gonna be spoilers. We should have said that.
Yeah.
Spoilers
sorry. Slight spoilers. But okay. Everything with Ahsoka and that show is so good. Dude. Ezra's a great character.
My favorite scene, one of them. Well, shout out to Kanan. I'll say that. Probably one of the best characters in the show.
Yeah,
Kanan Jarrus.
Yeah.
My favorite scene, I think, is the Obi-Wan meeting Darth Maul.
Yeah.
On Tatooine one last time.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
Great.
That little, really short fight, but perfect. It's perfect.
Great way to wrap up Darth Maul's storyline too. You know.
Perfect. The next step is Star Wars Resistance, which I think is the worst thing on this list.
Which I have not watched.
Exactly.
Yeah. You think that's the worst thing on the list?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the worst thing on the list.
I've only seen a few episodes.
I haven't seen it. Yeah, I think I started like episode 1 at some point. The animation style is horrible in the show.
I don't like it. No, I think it's worse than Attack of the Clones.
I'm down to put this. If we're gonna put anything in Youngling, I think this.
Honestly, I think this is the only thing that goes in Youngling. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
The next one is one of my personal favorites, even though it has problems, which is Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi. Okay.
Return of the Jedi, I think, is one of the most mixed, like maybe not mixed in terms of critical, but like up and down. It has some of the highest highs of Star Wars ever, but it also has some weird things that they do. I'm not a big fan of the Ewoks. I don't hate them as much.
Yeah.
I don't know if you like Ewoks.
I don't hate them either. You know, they're okay. I like the idea of it, like this small group of villagers with no technology fighting against the giant empire with all the technology. You know, I like the idea of that, but yeah, it ends up being a little weird because they're just so damn cute. You know.
It has one of the best Star Wars scenes, which is the ending throne room scene.
Yeah. Great part. Even everything at the end with Anakin and his father and Vader.
Luke.
Yeah. Or yeah, Luke, whatever. And then
gotcha.
I don't know anything about Star Wars actually. I've never actually seen them. But yeah, the whole Darth Vader turn at the end is one of the best parts in Star Wars just in general.
Yes, everyone can be saved. So where would you put it? Would you put it at Grandmaster? Because I'm leaning more to Council Member, which is 100.
I was thinking more Master.
I mean, I would not.
It's definitely the worst of the original trilogy.
Yes, but this
100%.
was also, as a kid, this was my personal favorite.
But I also think it's better. It's better than all the prequels, and I'd put it right on par with one of the trequels, whatever we want to call them. Sequels, but I think one of the sequels is better than this, even.
I think so.
So I'd put it in Master.
Okay. I see. I'm not hating it. We'll put it. I'll put it in.
If you want to put it in Council Member, I'm down for
that. Personally, it's one of my favorites still.
If you personally put it in Grandmaster and I'd personally put it in Master, then I'd be down to settle for Council Member.
Okay. We'll put it at Council Member.
Sure.
We'll put it at Council Member.
A deserving spot.
It's
great opening too, honestly. Except the way Boba Fett just gets shit on, but
Jabba's whole
the whole Jabba part is great.
That's great. Yeah. Very iconic look to that whole opening.
Yeah, when he comes up to the door, got the robe on.
Yeah. So next up is Revenge of the Sith, which I think is probably not even gonna say that. I think it's an interesting movie because it has some cool ideas. It just doesn't really land. I think a lot of.
I have a soft spot for Revenge of the Sith. Revenge of the Sith was like the first movie I can remember where I'm going to the midnight opening. I was only like 10 years old, and I'm like going to it at midnight. I'm super excited for this. I was all about it leading up to it. So I do have a soft spot for that movie. But yeah, there are a lot of problems with it.
I've seen all the prequels in theaters.
Did you?
Yeah, I was like 6 when the first one came out.
Something I believe my mom took me to see episode 1, and I think I started crying when they started shooting. and
got scared,
and then they took me out. Yeah.
So where would you think this though? I mean, I would say night.
I'm okay with night. Yeah.
I would say
above Padawan for sure. I think it's the best of the prequels. In my opinion.
Don't.
You don't really? Interesting. Okay.
I don't.
Well,
I see.
prequel.
The more I age, the more I appreciate episode 1, and we'll talk about that later. I appreciate that one more and more as I age, even though I think it has a lot of issues too. So I think we'll both agree.
Also, when I was 10, and I want to point this out, I did not realize that Palpatine was going to turn into.
The Emperor.
Yeah, the Emperor.
Interesting.
And that was just like a shocking twist to me. I was like, what?
Ian McDermott, he does great in one of the later movies. Like, his performance in that movie was the worst.
In Revenge of the Sith?
I think he was better in the first movie than Revenge of the Sith.
The part where Mace Windu's reflecting the lightning back to him, awful. Yeah.
Awful.
Yeah, just
so bad.
Bad acting on everyone's part in that room.
So bad. This is a very interesting one. Okay. Star Wars Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
Ooh. I like this movie.
Or actually, I'm sorry, it's just Rogue One, a Star Wars story. That's what it's called.
Is that the full title? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Shout out to Gary Whitta.
Yeah, shout out to Gary Whitta. One of the coolest Star Wars scenes of all time in this movie.
I like this movie, but I don't know if I liked it as much as everyone else seems to. A lot of people talk about this like it's like the best Star Wars movie sometimes, and that I don't agree with, but I do really like this movie.
I think it's very good.
Yeah, I'd put it probably Master.
It's exactly what I was looking at.
Okay.
I think Master. I think that the acting is great. I think I wish the characters had a little more time.
Yeah, that's exactly
personally.
what it needs. Yeah, that the whole group coming together felt way too quickly. It wasn't like
I didn't mind the
quickness
Galaxy
where you got.
I just wanted to spend a little more time with them.
Yeah, they were all just gone immediately.
Like Donnie Yen, dude. Come on, Donnie Yen was so
not
cool.
Not getting nearly enough Donnie Yen in that.
Cool
ending though. I love that they actually kill everyone. And, like,
yeah,
the whole planet blows up. Like that was awesome. And then the Darth Vader scene at the end, you got to shout that out.
Perfect.
Too, right?
So
amazing.
good.
One of the coolest parts of any of the movies.
We're getting a Cassian show.
Yeah,
at some point.
That, yeah.
Maybe next couple of years.
That'll be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Get that robot in it. What was his name?
K2SO. They haven't announced that Alan Tudyk's coming back.
He's got to, right? Weren't they buddies in the movie, right?
Yeah. Who knows when they met though, and who knows when this is taking place?
Sure.
All right, so that's Master. We got Solo, a Star Wars story.
Ooh.
Which
I like this movie more than most. I like this movie more than most.
I agree because I think it got a little too much flack. How do you feel about the guy playing Han?
Say that again?
The guy playing Han.
Oh.
How do you feel about him?
He didn't do bad. I didn't think it was too bad. It wasn't great. It didn't stand out as like an amazing performance, but I
think he got better.
Like throughout
the
movie.
I feel like by the end of the movie, I'm like, I like him as Han.
Yeah.
I think he's good. Yeah. Not great, but good. In the beginning, I was like, I think it took a little time.
See, I wouldn't mind him getting his own Han TV show.
He was supposed to. This was supposed to be a trilogy.
Was it really? Okay.
Yeah.
See, that
and it didn't do well, and then they stopped it.
They just stopped it all. Shout out to Donald Glover as Lando. I love that. Yeah.
Yes.
He's great.
I love Donald Glover. One of my favorite creators.
Yeah. Honestly, like might be better Lando than the original.
He's just so iconic.
Yeah.
Billy D. Williams. So where are you thinking though? Like, it's not as good as Rogue One, I don't think.
Where'd we have Rogue One? Master. It's between Padawan and Knight.
So you're a little even lower than me.
We put episode 2 in Padawan, right?
Yeah.
So I'd put this in Knight.
Yeah, it's definitely better than that.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay. Put that in Knight. This is an interesting one. The Clone Wars movie that came out before the show.
Ooh. I gotta go youngling on this one. This movie's awful. Sky Guy. I hate that part.
Yeah, but
that's I remember in Rebels when they were fighting, I was really hoping she'd just go, "Come on, Sky Guy."
Okay. I was gonna try to put in Padawan, but okay.
You think it's Padawan? I mean, go ahead, make an argument for it.
I
just
feel like
don't...
it's better than Resistance.
You think it's better than Resistance? Okay. It might be still, but I still think it deserves to be.
We'll just put it in Youngling.
This is a bad movie. It's a bad movie.
I'll put it ahead of Resistance.
I saw this in theaters, and I remember being bored as shit. Yeah.
I watched it when it came to Netflix.
Oh man, I remember going. It was like in like a late August. I remember I had like going back to school like the next week, and I was like, all right, cool. We're gonna go see this movie. It's gonna be awesome. It was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Sky Guy.
Sky Guy. This one will be very interesting. I'm very curious where we're gonna land. Is the Clone Wars show?
Ooh, some very high highs in this show, but also some very low lows in this show.
Yeah,
there
season 1.
Yeah, the whole first season, a lot. I mean, honestly, 1 through 3, not that great. There's some parts in there.
I don't know about that because there are some arcs in each of those seasons that are pretty good.
That are good, yeah. There's parts for sure, but like a lot of it isn't that good.
Like season 1 had the whole clone that are good clones that we get. There's a whole arc in the beginning with them. Season 2 had like the bounty hunter stuff, which is pretty cool.
What season is all the Mandalore stuff?
I think that starts in 2, maybe.
Starts in 2. That goes all the way like through the series almost. Though.
Yeah. You get a lot of Mandalore going through.
You do. I'd put this in Master.
Yeah.
I think. We haven't talked about the new season at all.
Season 7?
Have you seen
Season 7 was great.
Season 7 was great. That almost rises
the ending,
a whole thing. The ending's perfect.
Oh my god, dude. Watching Ahsoka have to deal with it. Oh, yeah. Ahsoka, we've talked about one of my favorite Star Wars characters of all time. Period.
Yeah.
Ahsoka's fantastic. Seeing her have to deal with it, and then also seeing Rex deal with it. We've not really had a tie to the clones when it comes to Order 66.
No.
And dealing with that, him struggling, not wanting to kill her was really cool. Seeing Fives uncover it, that whole little bit was in season 6 of like the thing breaking in the chip or whatever in his brain, and like starting to get the order coming out, and then him trying to solve that mystery was so cool.
It's such a cool idea to play with that, you know.
Yeah. But the show has so many highs, but it does have a lot of lows.
Yeah.
So I think I might have to agree with Master, even though
you could make an argument for council member.
I think I might have to put
just
it in
with
Master.
that last season, you could almost make an argument for council member. But yeah, I'd probably settle on Master.
It's really good as like a Star Wars fan. There's even some of the bad episodes I just enjoy because it's Star Wars.
Right.
You know.
I just wish if it was shorter and just cut down on some of the B-line storylines and stuff, then we could talk about it being even higher. It'd probably be Rebels tier then. But
I mean, even Rebels has episodes that could be cut out.
Sure. Yeah. There's just so many episodes of fucking Clone Wars.
There's so many. Yeah. And then, oh baby, Star Wars Empire Strikes Back, episode 5.
Youngling.
It's the worst movie.
Nah, I mean, this is an easy Grandmaster. You don't put this in Grandmaster. What are you putting in Grandmaster?
Easily, like, critically, like the best movie. Just easily.
I could definitely disagree with that. It might be the best movie of all time. I mean,
isn't that so weird though? Because if you look on paper, this movie was like less action. It's so much more. It's so like you get the Hoth fight, but for the most part, it is just a dark movie about Luke leaving his training, not listening to Yoda, and then everything falling apart.
The twist it takes at the end too, with you got to shout out the "I am your father" scene. I mean, that's just
unreal. 1980. That happened in 1980.
And I mean,
imagine being in the theater.
Did you when you were a kid, did you not know Like that Darth Vader. Yeah, I didn't either the first time I watched it.
Because I watched these before the prequels. I
Okay.
was really young.
Yeah, I did too. And I just remember being shocked, like, what? That was like the first time like a movie actually shocked me. And you got
and imagine being in a theater in 1980.
You must have been freaking out.
Oh my god. Insane.
But yeah,
such a good movie
for sure.
Yeah.
The only negative is when you go back and watch it, the fight scene with Darth Vader and Luke isn't that good.
It's all of those are they're better in your head.
Yeah, definitely.
Lando, first introduction, like
Great.
He's awesome in this movie.
The betrayal.
His like betrayal.
Yeah.
But it's so good, so good. Now we're gonna do Star Wars, the Force Awakens,
Ooh.
Episode 7.
I have a hot take on this one. Grandmaster. I love The Force Awakens. I fucking I like Force Awakens more than I like A New Hope, and I know I understand Force Awakens is just pretty much a remake of New Hope in a lot of ways, but I just fucking love Force Awakens. I thought Force Awakens just captured Star Wars so perfectly at the time, and what I really loved about it was the setup for everything. Now we didn't get great payoffs for a lot of it, but the setups were just perfect.
I can't believe you said that.
Why?
I agree so much.
Okay, yeah,
I agree so much.
I'm glad we're on the same
page. This
page
movie hits so hard. And the criticism sucks because it's not a perfect movie.
All the criticism just comes from comparing it to A New Hope, though. And it's like, take away A New Hope, erase that from your mind. This movie's fucking incredible.
The humor's it's really funny movie. It has a lot of darkness to it. There's a lot of, there's death in it.
They make you love each of the three main characters.
They're great in this movie.
Finn and Poe Dameron, like they make you love them like right off the bat, and BB-8.
They're so charming in this movie.
I love those three characters after those movies like more than any of the characters in the original trilogy after this movie first came out. You know what I mean? Over time, it obviously changed, but like when this movie first came out, I was just so high on it.
Yeah,
I saw this movie 3 times in theaters.
I saw it, I think maybe twice.
I just kept going to see it. I was like, damn, this movie.
So we will both agree. Grandmaster.
Force Awakens. Fucking love it.
Yeah, good movie. Great movie. Now it's Star Wars, The Last Jedi, Episode 8.
Okay, so I like this movie.
The most divisive movie probably here.
Definitely is. I like this movie. I like it more than most.
I think I do too.
Yeah,
it's interesting you said that.
There's some weird things. The Leia flying thing is a very strange choice. Wish they just killed her right there.
I agree.
I'm trying to think what else I did not like about it.
The whole what was the name of that planet?
Oh, the whole Finn and what was her name? Rose, right?
Rose, yeah.
Yeah. The whole Finn and Rose
storyline. The storyline I didn't hate as much. I just didn't like that planet. Like
really?
Everything that happened on that planet.
See, I enjoyed that planet. Like I like the idea of it was at least a new idea for a planet.
A cool idea of like having the rich people in the
like
galaxy.
A casino planet with and then it has the really lows with all the slave workers and whatnot. I like the idea of that planet, but yeah, there's just a lot of cheesy shit on that planet with the kids, and then when they let out like that herd of like weird
deer
horses or whatever the fuck they were.
Yeah.
There's a lot wrong with it, but I love a lot of the stuff as well. The fight scene on.
They should have killed Finn in this movie.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, that could have been a good idea.
It's either they kill Finn or they should have made him into a Jedi quicker.
Biggest letdown in this movie was Snoke.
But to be fair, I love that scene. The whole scene.
I love the scene.
It's great.
It's a cool idea. It's just the way they set up Snoke in Force Awakens. And then this ends up being the payoff is you just kill him like that. It just kind of rubs me the wrong way. But that whole scene is great if you just take it for that scene.
Yeah, because it builds up into the throne room fight with the Praetorian guards and all that.
Yeah, and it looks
awesome
so cool with that red in the background and Rey and Kylo teaming up.
Yeah.
Great idea. Yeah. Where would we put this though?
I'm thinking Master.
Because
I think it has some really high highs. We didn't really talk about Luke in this movie. I think people hate on what happened with Luke too much because I think there's like half the movie he sucks, and then he gets there. We get the Luke we want. It's just not enough of it probably for enough people.
But It's weird because like if you read all the lore and stuff like that, you understand why Luke is the way he is.
Yeah, we just don't see it
at that point. Yeah, you just don't see it
like,
actually in that movie.
Look at the end of episode 6, because that's the last time we saw him. He doesn't give up on his father. How does he give up on himself?
Right.
You know, like how does he give up that much with his nephew?
Yeah.
You know, like from the Luke that we know.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's just a big issue, I think.
But then you learn that, you know, Snoke really tore everything down that he ended up building, the whole temple, and then
is this in the books and stuff?
Yeah,
or comics?
Yeah.
See, I didn't read any of that.
Okay, yeah, you pretty much learn to find out how Snoke manipulated Kylo into just tearing down everything that Luke ended up building, and then you end up seeing why Luke is really like this in The Last Jedi. So for me, looking back on that, it all makes sense. But yeah, in the movie itself, I can see why it rubbed people the wrong way, especially if you're just one of those people that, you know, enjoyed the original trilogy when you were a kid or whatever, and then you go and watch this and Luke's just some grumpy old guy and you're like, what the fuck, he was never like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where would you put it? You think Master or you think Knight?
It's between those two. I'd probably go Master.
It's better than Revenge of the Sith.
It is better than Revenge of the Sith, I agree.
So I think we got to put it there. Oh, this is a good one. Mandalorian.
Ooh.
The show. It's got some lows, but some highs.
Dude, we gotta go Grandmaster with this. Come on now.
Well, I wasn't thinking that high.
Dude, Mandalorian is great. What is there's some parts in season 1, sure, that could just be a council member, but man, season 2.
I'm thinking council member. That's what I'm thinking.
I could be convinced.
Season 2 is great.
Season 2 is incredible.
Season
Season 2 is definitely
better
in season 1. The Ahsoka episode though, we just take that episode. That's Grandmaster for fucking sure.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You're convincing me. You're convincing me.
All the plots though, the saber. It's like season 2 is Grandmaster. Season 1, I could see being council member.
What puts me over the edge? The main theme.
Yes.
How can somebody that's not John Williams make a theme that rivals Leia's theme? Unheard of.
It's a straight up cowboy theme.
I know. It's unheard of. Grandmaster.
Grandmaster it is.
Got it.
Love it. Baby Yoda.
Not
Come
saying
on now.
Baby Yoda. Yeah, you're right. Baby Yoda. Not saying that the Mandalorian theme is as good as Leia's theme, but it's pretty close. Pretty close.
The Bill Burr episode in season 2, fucking love it.
It's
and
good. I didn't like it as much as other people did. I think it's a good episode.
I love that turn from Bill Burr at in season 2.
Really good.
Yeah, it's great.
I like Finnick. Seeing more of her and then Boba Fett coming back. We didn't even talk about that.
This is what I'm talking about.
He's the coolest that we've ever seen.
Mandalorian is Grandmaster, man. Mandalorian.
Let's go. Come on.
Can't wait for season 3.
All right. So this one, these next two are, I think, very interesting. We got episode 1, Star Wars episode 1, Phantom Menace.
I also have a soft spot for this one.
Me too.
Okay. Yeah, it's just one of those.
The music
I grew up with. I've seen this one.
Duel of the Fates.
Oh, the fight at the end.
Oh my god, the fight.
So good. It's so good. I've seen this one more than any other movie, any other Star Wars.
It's got to be up there for me too.
Yeah, this
for me, it might be Return of the Jedi, just because it was my favorite as a kid.
Yeah, this is just one of those that I had on VHS as a kid, and I would just pop in all the time, you know. And yeah, so I have a soft spot for this.
I like the pod racing. I don't like it as much as other people though.
It's
personally.
Working. It's working.
It's working. Maul, you know, I wish we would have got more Maul.
I do too.
Qui-Gon's great. I wish we would have got more Qui-Gon.
It's the whole political plot line going on in the background that weighs this movie down a lot.
So does Jar Jar.
Jar Jar.
All the Gungan stuff, really.
Yeah, the Gungan stuff sucks.
It all just kind of weighs the movie down.
That whole Naboo section is pretty bad when you look back on it. The fish part.
I like some of the politics in the prequels, though.
Sure.
I love the idea of a lot of it.
The idea is cool. They just didn't execute it right. There's a lot of details in there you can miss very easily, and it's just like, what's going on here exactly?
Yeah, even Obi-Wan.
You don't even know.
Not much in the movie.
Yeah, not really. They didn't.
He's in it a little bit, but
yeah, they didn't utilize Ewan McGregor enough. in episode 1.
No.
It should have been.
Do you know? Want to remember something dumb?
What's that?
Do you remember when they used super speed and then never use it ever in Star Wars ever again?
No, never even mentioned that.
Never,
which would be
never
so useful at times.
How dumb was that?
I forget what Qui-Gon says right before that, and then they just take off. They're like
Yeah.
the fucking Flash all of a sudden. It's like, where
What
was that?
kind
Like,
of
what are you talking about?
Jedi power is this?
Hey, Obi-Wan, why didn't you do that in episode 4, right before Darth Vader was about to kill you? You could just ram back to the ship real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're in a bit of a dilemma with the ranking now that I'm looking at it.
Why is that?
Because I like it more than Last Jedi, personally.
You like it more than Last Jedi?
But I wouldn't put it in council member or like.
We had Last Jedi in Master?
Yeah.
I'd
so
put
like
this in
I'm
Knight.
thinking it has to be in Knight, but it's better than Revenge of the Sith. I mean, I guess it could still go in
I don't
Knight.
think it's better than Revenge of the Sith.
You think it's Padawan? It's way better than Attack of the Clones.
No, I wouldn't put it in Padawan. I'd put it in Knight. I'm fine with it being on par with Revenge of the Sith.
Okay. I'll have
I'd go
to agree
Knight.
with you.
I don't think it's Master.
Yeah.
I don't
But
think it's good enough to
but
call
personally, I would probably have it above Last Jedi. I don't know, maybe not. That's
it
a
that. I think
hard one.
Last Jedi just has better writing.
Probably, yeah. Better performances.
Yeah.
And then now you got the final movie in the Skywalker saga, Star Wars, Rise of Skywalker, Episode 9, which I think is another very divisive one. I would like to know what you think.
Okay. This is my least favorite Star Wars movie. Besides like the fucking Clone Wars one we were just talking about. It's better than that. This movie to me is just like your Hollywood movie. You know what I mean? Like they just wanted to make this like an action. It's like Fast and Furious to me. This movie. I just think the whole Emperor coming back plot is stupid. I think that's really dumb. I think they're focusing way too much on making this like a big Avengers Endgame type moment, and it doesn't deserve that. You know, it's just, I don't know. There's a lot of the plots here where I'm just like, what are they doing? This is where the sequels really fell apart for me. I think the sequels would have been so much more better off if J.J. Abrams did the whole trilogy or if Rian Johnson did the whole trilogy. But then when they did this back and forth, and now J.J. Abrams is just doing the last one, and he has to pick up all the pieces of Last Jedi, it just completely falls apart here. And I think the movie just totally suffers from that, and it ends up being just a bad movie.
I am not as harsh on this movie as you are.
I've never watched it again.
I've watched it, I think, twice. It has one of my favorite Star Wars scenes, which is the final bit.
You like the final bit?
I really like the final bit.
It's cool looking.
It's cool. Well, I know just the scene with Palpatine and Rey.
Sure.
And I guess you could throw Ben in there as well. But I love their little interaction, and I love the Force tapping into her and helping her. I think it was just a cool scene. He gives his best performance in that scene. That's the best that Ian McDiarmid has ever done, in my opinion.
Sure.
Was just that ending part. I love his speech about ending the Jedi line. I just think that scene is very powerful. Does this movie deserve that scene? Probably not. But you could say that about a couple of these other movies. I think it's pretty fun. It has a lot of fun.
That's what I'm saying, though. It's just
it's
fun.
A bit of a
it's
messy
like a Hollywood
movie.
Fun. You know what I mean? I could see why you just watch this movie if you're just like a casual Star Wars fan, watch it and be like, "Oh, that was fun. I really enjoyed that."
It brings a little bit back of the characters that we liked from Episode 7, right? Like, we get a little more Poe and Finn relationship because we didn't get any of it. We did not, if you think about it, or if you remember, this is the first time Poe and Rey even meet, which is ridiculous.
Meet at the end of The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
And there's like a little bit of romance there, and then they just completely drop that. And then
I never really got the romance.
There like slightly is, but there's no romance at all throughout the whole trilogy between Kylo and Rey. Not really.
There's a connection.
There's a connection, sure, but then all of a sudden when they kiss
I don't
at the
see
end,
romance.
I'm just like, what?
I see a more of a like a force connection, like that's so powerful.
But they kiss at the end.
I know.
That's where they throw. I don't know. Just all the things that Force Awakens sets up, this movie just it tries to pay it off, but it just does it in such a bad way. The Snoke being a clone, it's so dumb, and like Palpatine controlling him, it's so dumb. They were teed up for Snoke to be Plagueis the whole time. They were fucking teed up for that. It was such an easy grab. I think we talked about this before. It was such an easy thing for them to do, is to make him Darth Plagueis. Like, they could have done that, and it would have been the obvious thing, and people probably would have complained about that, but it would have been better than this. It would have been way fucking better than Palpatine controlling him from far away at some point, you know?
I also really love, some people, I guess it's divisive. Some people don't like the very end. I love the very end. I love seeing Rey on Tatooine getting her. We see her own saber.
Yeah,
I love like giving me Leia's theme with the twin sons again.
Mm-hmm. I even like Rey being related to Palpatine. I think that's a cool twist.
I think that was a cool reveal.
Yes, definitely. I just think Palpatine should not have been in this. They should not have brought Palpatine back at all.
What do you think about her taking the name? Some people hate that. I think it's
Skywalker.
Good.
Yeah, I think it's cool. That's fine with me.
Those are who raised her.
Yeah,
and made her who she is.
If Last Jedi would have delved a little bit more into like Luke actually like being a parental figure towards her, then it would have made a little bit more sense.
It's more of Leia being, because like they talk about her training her a little bit.
Yeah, and unfortunately, you know, the actress that played Leia,
Carrie Fisher.
Yeah, so there's probably some scenes we didn't get.
She was supposed to be way bigger into Episode 9.
Yeah, so we probably would have got that way more had she not died. But
that would have been a great relationship to see, which kind of
that would have been really cool. Yeah. So I agree with the ending. I even like what was that little guy's name? Baba Frick.
Oh, Babu Frick.
Frick. Yeah, that guy was great. Some of the stuff with Poe is really cool too in Rise of Skywalker.
I just like Poe.
I like the one part where Rey electrocutes that ship and it explodes, and she
very interesting.
Thought Chewbacca was on it. Yeah, that was a really cool twist. See, I'd like the twist of her being a Palpatine. Like that would have been a really cool idea. Just take out Palpatine from the actual movie, you know, and you could have just had it. You know, it should have just been Darth Plagueis, man. I bring that up all the time, but
there's some, like I said, this movie's fun. There's some interesting things they do, some plot holes, and like they try to just pick up a lot of the pieces, but like it has some fun things. I like that they again deal with like different Jedi abilities, like the idea of them mind melding again, and kind of that I think is a really cool Jedi ability. I love the passing, because they use that, and then she passes him a saber in the big fight with the Knights of Ren, which I wish were even more in the movie.
Yeah, we could have got a lot more.
I love watching Ben fight the Knights of Ren, fighting his boys, just beats them all. I love that.
This movie, it would have been, I know I just said this, but like it would have been so much better if J.J. Abrams just did the whole trilogy.
Because we would have saw them in Episode 7.
Yeah, and we also, and if they were like going to bring Palpatine back, we would have got like a hint of that in Episode 8 or something, you know, something leading up to that, just to make it make a little bit more sense.
I'm going to throw this out there, though, too. Is people kind of hate the Palpatine coming back, and I get it. I don't like it. Go watch the original trilogy. How much is Palpatine in that movie? In the whole thing at all?
Yeah, not much at all.
Basically none until the throne room scene.
Yeah.
Like Vader's.
So I mean, he did get a shine more.
Like you don't necessarily need. You just need to build and do it well. So.
What's unfortunate with a lot of this is they gotta add this into all the lore now. You know, all the stuff that Rise of Skywalker ended up doing. You know, we even saw a little bit of it in Mandalorian season 2 with the Snoke being in the chamber. We don't know if that was Snoke exactly, but we saw like clones of him being made and stuff. So it's just weird because all future Star Wars stories are gonna have to write
Mando
into it.
Is leading into
the prequels, right?
Grogu meeting Rey, right?
Yeah,
like that's got to be it.
Yeah, you'd think so.
And those two building the Jedi Order again. That's got to be it, right? And with Finn, because Finn we see at the end.
Yeah, you could see that with Grogu meeting Rey. I don't know if we ever get that story though. Do they ever pick up after Episode 9? I'm sure they will eventually, but
they haven't yet. Like I want more. If they did Finn dirty, they should have showed that he had Jedi potential in the first place.
Yeah,
like at least in Episode 8, they should have showed way more.
That's what I'm saying with J.J. Abrams taking over the whole trilogy. Like we would have got a hint of that in Episode 8 as well. It's just this whole thing would have been better under one supervisor than it was with.
People blame Rian Johnson too much.
Nah, yeah. If
They got him to do something different. Don't blame him.
It could have been, the sequels could have been so good if it was just Rian Johnson or if it was just J.J. Abrams. But when he mixed them both,
blame the heads,
and there was no communication between them. It seemed.
Yeah.
It was just, it ended up being a mess.
Yeah, they got him to go in there and do that.
Yeah.
So where would we put it after all of that? After all of that, I think it's Night.
I'm okay with Night. I'm fine with that. I don't think it's Padawan. It is one of my least favorite.
Did I convince you?
Yeah. You sold me on Night. It's I give it a hard time. But again, I haven't watched it since I saw it the one time in the theaters, and that's just because I walked out of the theater fucking mad at it. I
personally think it's better than all of the prequels.
Okay.
But that's just for it being fun, and I think it have really good scenes.
I'd probably only put Revenge of the Sith over it personally, but yeah.
All right, we'll put it at Night. And that's all our Star Wars. I can run through it one more time. All right. So in Grandmaster, we have Star Wars: A New Hope, Star Wars Rebels, Empire Strikes Back, Force Awakens, and The Mandalorian.
We put a lot in Grandmaster.
That's okay though. That's our list.
That's funny.
Council Member, my personal favorite. Return of the Jedi. Then Master, we have Rogue One, Clone Wars the show, and Last Jedi. In Night, we have Revenge of the Sith, Solo, Episode 1, Phantom Menace. Then we have Rise of Skywalker. In Padawan, we have Attack of the Clones. And finally, in Youngling, we have the Clone Wars movie and Star Wars Resistance.
Fair list. I think it's pretty good.
I think it's pretty good.
We got a lot in Grandmaster, but it's pretty good. We probably could have put a couple more into Council Member, but it's whatever.
It's Star Wars. Come on.
It's Star Wars. We love Star Wars. Who doesn't? Where would we put the games? Because I'd put Knights of the Old Republic on Grandmaster. I'd probably put Jedi Fallen Order in Council Member.
That's I would probably put it at Grandmaster.
Would you?
I love that game.
Probably would.
Yeah.
As far as Star Wars games go, I'd put it in Grandmaster, right? It's a top tier Star Wars game for sure.
Oh, if you're trying to,
you were like comparing it to all these,
then it's probably Council Member. You're right.
Yeah, I agree.
I was just thinking about just the games.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, Bad Batch comes out in like a week.
Oh my God, it does it! I completely forgot.
It's like May 7th. I think it's the
no
same
way.
day as Resident Evil. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We got
so excited.
Look forward
Finnick
to
is coming back in that.
Is he? Yeah. Okay, great.
Finnick, the sniper lady.
Oh, okay.
Mandalorian.
Oh,
this is going to be her as an Empire member.
Oh, wasn't she in? Was she in Rebels or Clone Wars?
Was Finnick in any of that?
I think she was in one of those already.
She could have been. I could be wrong. I don't know.
Maybe
but she is
her first
in the
appearance.
Bad Batch.
That's really cool, though.
Yeah.
That'll be awesome. Can't wait. Bad Batch.
Yeah.
Coming out soon. Anyways.
Yeah, that was a little bit of not video game stuff.
Yeah, we did not talk about video games the whole last hour, but whatever. It's fine. We're good. This is a Daniel Conner episode. We'll just talk about Star Wars. Anyways. Yeah. That was the Nerdic Gods Podcast, episode 64. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to us on audio platforms. You can go get us there. Yeah. Google Play, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We're all there. Please subscribe to us at youtube.com/nerdicgods. Daniel, anything you want to
say? What is your worst favorite Star Wars thing? Please tell me in the comments.
Okay. I thought you were asking me personally. I was about to say.
No, them. I was asking them right comments.
There. Oh, okay. Maybe that'll be the comment question.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah,
the worst Star Wars movie TV show
that you've seen. Curious to see what people say.
Maybe Resistance is better than we give it credit for. Maybe we need to watch more.
Maybe we need to watch Resistance. We should do a Star Wars Resistance marathon. Anyways, thank you for watching. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.